Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Unqualified Gurus podcast. I am Oscar, and this is Danny.
And this is episode number 9.
Well, you guys, welcome back.
Welcome back for another episode of Unqualified Opinions.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good today.
You know, I was just thinking about the other day how we finally made it. We've done already 2 whole months about this.
2 whole months, yeah.
That's
sure.
kind of impressive.
It's pretty impressive. I mean, we just we were like at some point we're like, hey man, I think you told me like let's do a podcast. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then it's like, yeah, and then we just met.
Yeah, so, you know, for those new people joining us, you know, we come here, we talk about what's happening in the world. We drink a beer, we rate it, and we just have fun.
We have fun and give our unqualified opinion about...
But I'm always right, so...
This is also true,
yeah,
but you know, we claim to be unqualified.
Yeah.
Because no one qualified us.
So, Danny, you want to tell us about your week?
Yeah, it was a good week. These past 3 weeks have been a lot of work, and that's what I've said almost every single time. But
well, I mean, you're getting your doctorate.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're wrapping that up. So
today, it's
sense.
When it went like relax. So today we submitted an abstract to a conference in the morning, and then after that is like, right, so I get to relax for the next few days.
Freaking weight lifted off your shoulders.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, and so I did that. I went to eat with a friend on Saturday. We went to a bar, and because I was at that bar, I missed the Canelo fight.
Yeah, I know. I had texted you and I was like, "Come watch the fight. We got it at the house." And then you sent me a picture of like fighting going on the screen, and I didn't even pay attention to it. If I would have seen it, I could have probably told you that's an octagon.
Well, I knew that was a different fight, but my thing was like they have like 10.
Why wouldn't they have the Canelo
They have
fight?
10 televisions, and now no attack to the 2 ladies fighting in that cage, but they put that instead of the Canelo fight, and I'm like, can we just get at least one TV for us? I was like, I'm in the wrong side of town.
You are. You definitely are, because you went to Kirby's, which is more a higher end bar.
Yeah, so they were playing. I think they were playing college football, and as soon as that ended, they went to UFC. And I remember I told my friend, I'm like, well, we can go with my cousin, but you know that's like on the other side of town.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, they're gonna play it here. Why would they didn't play it here? And they didn't. Other than that. We had tamales. Remember, our aunt had some tamales.
And you know, like he won. Canelo won.
Canelo won. Yeah, that was pretty
like
cool.
Technical knockout.
I went home and I watched the replay. Like as soon as it ended, I went and watched the replay.
Yeah, I know. I was like, are you know, hopefully he wins again.
Yeah, and he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's quite impressive. But no, it was a good. I guess after I saw
I
it.
thought it was gonna be a better fight. Just because the dude was way taller than him, like
it was,
like it looked like he had way more reach. Like look at us here giving unqualified freaking opinions.
No, dude,
you know?
we can take on Canelo.
Yeah.
No, we wouldn't, because we're from Jalisco.
Yeah,
we're family. We can't fight.
Yeah, exactly. We're here celebrating because one of our own.
Yeah.
You know, it's a freaking champion.
Felicidades, the champion. But yeah, that's pretty dope. What about your week, man? How did it go? I know you had some good stuff.
So, you know, let's get dark and somber. You know, COVID's been going on for like 2 years already. It's a bit over 2 years.
It started. No, it's a year and a half.
A year and a half.
Started,
okay, so it's going on 2 years.
It went down March last year.
Okay,
and we're about to hit 2022. So.
Oh, the year before.
Yeah, the year before.
Okay. Yeah. So, I haven't put out like new music. Like, you know, I've tried writing stuff and nothing like ever came about. It was just a simple fact that it's just like I just wasn't feeling inspired, you know. And just, you know, recently, you know, like I got a new vuelo. I don't know how you explain it. Like
a search.
Yeah, like you know, I've been a hell of a lot more creative working on this. Like genuinely, this has helped me out so much.
Okay.
You know, because like, you know, obviously not to like dwell in the past and stuff, but you know, I did go through a breakup and stuff.
Right.
And you know, to say that I'm a lot happier right now just because of the simple fact that I'm being a lot more creative. Like I got out of that rut that I was in, and I wrote 2 whole songs in the week.
Yeah, I mean, you sent me the other one, and then just like before I came over, you're like, I made another one. It's like already they click. They're good. They're good. Where can they listen to it yet or not yet?
I don't know how I feel about them yet. Like I usually listen to them like 1,000 times before I decide to put anything out. But these sound pretty good. And you know what? Just because I love doing this, we can put the link on it. Like you can't find it like if you were to search for it. But if you wanted to listen to it, you can just go to like the.
I'll put a link in
on
the description.
Yeah, and you guys will get like first glance at it.
You can join his OnlyFans.
Yeah,
he'll send you his music.
Jeez. Well, to be fair, you know that's how they intended it.
Oh,
yeah, it was actually originally meant to be like a Patreon.
For like in SoundCloud?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
No.
Oh, OnlyFans. Oh, yeah. For sure.
See,
yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
like,
yeah.
And if you pay enough, you can see my feet.
Shut up your feet, man.
Yeah, no. I'm not wearing shoes right now.
Okay.
Yeah. But like we're saying, it's just like I feel like like genuinely like this podcast has like inspired me to be a hell of a lot more creative because I'm constantly having to think of like new stuff to talk about. And like it's just had me happier because we're here to laugh.
Absolutely.
So we did this to genuinely like to distract everybody. Like it was supposed to be fun for everybody, and it ended up being so much fun for me. So.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's how you also get good content because if you're not having fun, people can see it. You guys can see it, but look at us. Look at this smile. Look at this smile. So yeah, for sure.
Other than that, we went to go watch a movie. Oh, we didn't go watch it. We watched it here. It's on HBO. We watched Dune.
Dune.
Because well, next week we have a cool episode.
Right. We have a special thing.
Yeah, like hometown Mexico family friend, and she has a book club, and we were gonna ask her questions about Dune. So eventually we'll get to it. Y'all see what happens next week, but. Everybody had been talking about how they hate it, how it just ends abruptly, and we were all like, we don't like being behind, because we got to talk about the trendy things.
We have to. I tell you what, why don't we grab a beer and then we start talking about Dune? How about that?
That sounds good.
Is that good? All right, let's do that.
I got it.
Now we have a beer that I chose this time because I was sharing with my cousin Oscar how much I enjoy that beer. I don't know why, but when the first time I went to Total Wine, I told myself, you know what, I'm gonna get a single beer, just randomly, just pick something that catches my eye, either by the label or something. And one of the visits that I went, I found this one, which is a beer from the Czech Republic. It's called Czech Var. All right. And for some reason, I really enjoy it. Now,
all I'm gonna say is like either Danny is cheap, or they had no more.
Well, here's the thing. You might be wondering why did I pick this one?
Yeah.
So I saw the name.
Yeah.
And I heard that Czechoslovakia has beautiful women. So I was like,
gotta
get a Czech bar. Czech. It's Czech Republic.
Yeah.
But
unfortunately, when he went to the wines this time, they only have one. But he was so adamant. He's like, you got to try this beer.
Yeah, so I went to Total Wine, and I found the only one they had this time again. And I asked the lady there, I said, hey, excuse me, do you sell this in packs? And she said, this is what she said. She said, yes, I do. I just run out. There are 2 guys that come and take like 2 packs every time we get them.
Because they're probably from Czechoslovakia.
They could be, or they're good.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to share one beer, because it's the only one we had. That sounded good. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna see how well I can split this in half.
Yeah, you have to put it up against the rim. Oh, you're gonna make nothing but foam.
What do you mean? You do it. You're the expert.
No, you. It's because that way you would learn. You had to tilt it. Yeah, and then like that, so that way you don't create foam. So you're like, I don't know what's even or not. Who cares? So look, this is my 8th Wonder Cup because we're alcoholics and we like going to breweries. All right.
All right, man. You let me know.
All right.
For the Czech women.
I was trying not to laugh. I need to go again. Beer, they always tell you to pour it onto a glass.
Oh, they do?
Just so that you don't pick up smells or anything from like wherever it's packaged.
Ah.
Yeah.
See, it's good to have an expert drinking cousin. You get some info. Yeah, because remember when we went to that concert, we tried 2 different beers. They tasted...
Yeah,
a little bit weird.
Yeah,
you were telling me the vibrations.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I was thinking. That it's probably been there so long that it's messed with it. Yep. This is good. It's super smooth.
I like it.
It doesn't taste like beer.
Yeah. You're like, that's why you like it.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I was like, it doesn't taste like beer. You're like, no, but it's actually really delicious. Like genuinely, like I see why you liked it a lot.
All right. What do you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 4.
A 4.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since I recommend it and I do like it and I drank it again and I liked it, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. All right, this will be my top.
Is this your highest one?
This
so
will be
far?
my top. Yeah, I have a story about a beer when I was little. So you know, in Mexico, there's that river, right? That when we go fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's this river like 15 feet wide. You know, it goes as high as right here. You ain't gonna drown there unless you're a baby. But
or it's raining hard.
I suppose probably. Yeah. And the thing. Yeah, it does get bad. You're right. And I went with my dad and my uncle. I think our tío Toño. Okay. We went there, and I don't know if it was him, but I think so. And we went fishing, and they were gonna go in the water. Now the way they fish is they actually go to the side of the river. They put their hand underneath, and then they grab the fish with their hand.
I know. My dad loves telling us how they could catch stuff with their bare
I was about to say bare feet. With their bare hand. And anyways, I was outside of the river. I was the one that they throw the fish, and I pick it up, put it in the bag. So I was the bag boy. And my dad and my uncle, they took some tecate.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's what they do.
Okay, so they put some lemon and salt in it. And then my dad looked at me, and he was like, do you want a sip? And I was like, sure.
Was that your first ever? You actually remember your first
I think
time?
that was my first sip.
Oh, wow.
I think I was like 8 or 9. And my dad's like, you want a sip? And I was like, sure. And I take a sip. And for some reason, I thought it was delicious. Right? Here's the thing. Hold on. Wait. There's more to it. I thought it was delicious. Yeah. So then, you know, they now it was just a sip. No, he takes it and then he's drinking. And then he leaves it on the ground. And then they go in the water. Now, the tecate, you know, they had lemon and salt. Yeah. Now, when they were in the water, you know, they hadn't catch anything yet. And I look at the beer, and the beer looked at me. It's just a joke. Like, the beer looked at me.
Danny, come on, man. I'm all like, what the hell did you see?
The beer looked at me, the beer. Yeah. So I go to I grab it, and the ones, they're not looking because they're in the river. Okay. And I take another sip. And I was like, I don't know why it's so good, but I put it back because I was like, I'm going to get in trouble. Yeah. But later on, I found out it wasn't the beer that I like. It was the lemon and the salt. Because after I had like lemon and salt, it was like, oh, this is so great. Because then in the future, when I had a sip of just beer, I was like, ugh. But now look at me. Now I'm drinking in front of everyone for content.
Yeah, I know.
So,
for content.
Cheers.
Yeah. No, I don't remember what exactly you could be considered my first beer, because I do remember as children they used to think it was funny to see who could finish a beer first in Mexico. You know, and it was like, you know, it was adults, like, you know, like they weren't horrible people. They weren't getting this drunk. It was just one beer, you know. But it sounds really bad.
Children at home, don't do it. Remember, we're telling you things that you should avoid and things that you should do. This is one you should avoid.
It's just like they say, do as I say, not as I do.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Well, point is, I ended up being a responsible alcoholic after that. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
I don't think I ever overdo it, to be honest.
I've never gotten drunk.
Yeah, no.
I never
I have been drunk, but it's always been like measured and nothing's bad ever happened to me. Right. I've been around bad stuff happening, but you know, never to me directly.
Right. It's when it happens to others.
Yeah. Yeah, well, all right. Well, that beer was really good, Danny. I'm glad you showed me it. It was worth it.
All right, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah. So, something cool happened this week, and people are talking about it on the internet. And I think you've seen it, but let's just play it for the peeps.
The only reason it's cool is because y'all know how I feel about this dude.
You love Jeff Bezos?
Yeah.
So, Jeff Bezos, where did they go? Was it like a gala something or something?
I have no clue. But
well, he has no clue.
Freaking cucked.
But, you know, he has, what, is this his new girlfriend?
Yeah, that's his new girlfriend.
All right.
Well, so, I mean, the last one took half his empire.
Well, they were married, so she deserves it.
No, she definitely put up with did. Him. She was there throughout everything.
Yeah, of course.
She saw the laugh evolve.
That's why she left. She's like, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't
he's like, this dude is definitely a supervillain now.
So he got himself a girlfriend who is very fancy of Leonardo DiCaprio. So let's just play.
Well, to be fair, I mean, come on, any girl would be freaking. Like
I mean, not the girl from Titanic. She let him drown.
Oh yeah,
you know. Spoilers, by the way.
Pinche Rose.
Spoilers.
Like a 30-year-old spoiler.
Yeah. All right, here we go. You ready?
Well, to be fair, Jeff Bezos is safe because I think like Leonardo DiCaprio hasn't been with a girl like under the age of like freaking 22 with forever.
How old is she? Do you know?
This lady is older.
Oh,
She's way older.
All right, I guess.
Yeah, and I think it's like people have like lists, and they're all like, obviously they're from 18 and up, but it's always like super young women that he's with.
Gotcha. Is that what he's famous for?
I think in Hollywood he is, and there's other rumors like weird sex stuff that people have talked about.
Oh,
but
like,
those are just allegedly.
Allegedly,
it doesn't matter. But it's really funny because he's the man, and fuck Jeff Bezos.
So let's play it for the people. Here we go. So you can see her there drooling, kind of.
Yes,
she's like, "Where are you going? Don't go anywhere."
Yeah, she was trying to devour him with her eyes.
But you know, if I was Jeff Bezos, I would not worry, to be honest. You know what I would do?
She's too old.
Well, no, you know what I would do? I would tell her, "Hey, if you behave tonight, I'll buy you Leonardo DiCaprio."
And he has the fucking power to do so.
I'll put him in the glass box that rotates, all for you.
Yeah,
so,
like one person you should definitely be terrified about is the freaking richest man on the face of the earth. Yeah. So.
Well, right now it's Elon Musk.
Is it? They go back and forth, but the thing is, like, does it count if the money's not actually physically his? Because I know, like, the thing it does.
It does. Cause so like that's why people were like, oh, he's trying to sell stock because.
He's lying once again.
Well, I mean, he could be. I'm just saying that
he says he's like, I don't take his salary. I only got my stock. I'm like, that's fucking bullshit.
Well, I mean, he's gonna have some money, but doesn't he live in like a tiny house or something like that too?
No, I've seen videos of him like whenever he was with I think they got divorced. His ex.
Yeah, he had.
And they were in a mansion. They were in like.
I think she's with some girl that sings.
No, I think they got divorced. Yeah, her name is Grimes.
Oh, but this is the second one then, because he have like his wife, and then they got divorced, and then he. Now dating this
then he
girl.
went with the younger girl.
Yeah, I think so.
No, I don't know. I just know that recently they split up.
Okay.
The one that they gave them the stupid.
Yeah, the name. Yeah. I forgot something something.
That should be considered like child endangerment.
Child endangerment. But I do think though.
Wait, I was trying to say something before we got to that. It's just it's a complete another bullshit for anybody to think that he's not taking any money from the company.
I mean, he has to make profit. I'm just saying, like you mentioned. I wonder. I mean, maybe that's public. I don't know. I wonder how much of his wealth is in like
because
invested.
The U.S. just gave him a huge ass grant for his fucking spaceship program and stuff.
Right.
That's what I mean. Like, you know, yes, the money is technically like towards his project, but. How does that put them over Jeff Bezos? That's what I don't get. Because Tesla's constantly getting sued because they're never delivering on what
but remember, it's not just him that owns Tesla.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
He shares the ownership.
Like, the other big thing that's bringing in money, that's what I mean.
Oh.
You know, because other than Tesla.
That stock is super overvalued, though.
Oh, yeah. This is just plummeted because he promised. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Remember because he's still, like, trying to go on that lie. He thought he went on Twitter and he's all like, she's like, that's whenever he gave that bullshit thing that he's like, I don't take a salary, I just got stocks, you know, or whatever. And then
that's fine. I would be fine without a salary and that.
It's because it's complete bullshit. So what people don't know. Oh, I wanted to talk about this.
Okay.
You know, everybody knows that there's fucking loopholes to taxes and stuff, and it's if you don't sell your stocks. You don't have to pay taxes on them until the following year, I think.
Yeah.
So and not only that, you can write off losses.
Yeah.
And you don't have to tax gains, which is stupid.
Yeah.
You know, for people who don't own stocks, just to see how unfair the system is. And then so back to this, he says that he doesn't get paid, but the thing is, if you're getting paid in stock and your stock is only rising, you can take loans against your stock. So the thing is, you get it at a lower interest rate than the taxes you would be paying anyway. So there's a lot of stuff that people do to stay rich.
I mean, I would say there's two sources of income for him. As someone who's a owner of the company, one would be the stocks themselves. So if he's an owner, he's gonna have a big
cut
chunk of it. The second one is you're selling cars.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
so
that's what I'm saying. Because he was saying that he wasn't getting money from that. I'm like, that's bullshit. No.
Well, I guess because when you're the jefe, you don't like pay yourself. I mean, you could. I don't know. Like you pay it's not really a salary.
I had never thought about that. I'm like, I think it depends. I think it's the way you classify your business. And I think with Tesla, since he was a CEO, he would actually have to get paid by someone.
But then you're the CEO, right? You would have to set the company as its own independent thing, and then you say, I'm going to take this much from it. Because at school, when you apply for grants, that's what they do. You apply for a grant, and then you say in the grant, I'm going to pay myself this much a year.
Yeah, so you're setting it up as a corporation.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's basically
So
how I
I
have to
mean,
go
it's
through.
the
So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I just don't buy it. Like he clearly said that he's like okay, you know. So he put up a poll. He's like, should I sell my freaking
10%,
stocks?
right, or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
No. Oh yeah.
It was
I
like
don't know exactly
yeah,
how much.
yeah, yeah.
He's like, should I sell it? And everybody voted yes. There's like why?
But he wanted to sell it because he was like, "Oh, it's too much taxes. So should I sell it so I can pay the taxes?" And then I didn't really follow up with it. But I think that's what it was for.
Well, he's gone on rants before saying that he doesn't want to pay more in taxes.
I mean, I think that's why he's
Yeah.
going to Texas.
Well, that
They're
is the
moving
main
the
reason,
thing.
you know.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, because he was trying to force his company to open during COVID.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And California was more strict, but the thing is,
But I honestly think it was the taxes because I hear California you pay a lot of taxes.
yeah, but I mean, he technically hasn't moved it yet.
Yeah, no, but I think they did.
Already, I think they opened on here.
Yeah, but I think they did like agreement to move. I don't know if
Are
they're
they
gonna move
closing
every.
that one down?
I don't know.
Because that's where all the EV market is at. It makes no sense for them not
That
to
too,
have it.
but you can always transport it with
Yeah,
your
but you have to
with
pay
your,
the fee to
with your self-driving truck.
Yeah, you're not paying anybody to deliver the
Yeah,
truck.
just like send
Yeah.
it back and sell it.
Yeah. Well, who knows? But the point is, like I'm telling you, because they're constantly getting sued because they never deliver. Like they always oversell and they never actually get shit out on time. So maybe that's why he was forcing the
thing is-
warehouse to open.
I know, but with the hype and the increase of electric cars and stuff, and it being the first one, it's gonna be on the top. Someone has to come with like a really best car for that.
Ford honestly just put out a motor that you can put into older trucks.
Ah,
So it's really cool because you can convert like older vehicles to it, and like literally their stock went up from like
from 13 to like $19. Yeah, it's
it
a
went
big.
up to, it hit like 22, I think, or like
Already?
21. Yeah,
That's almost double.
So I'm you know because
Oh.
I'm getting my Bronco. Like there's a thing like if you own like 100, you get a discount. So you know I bought a bunch of stocks in Ford a long time ago. So I actually had it like I doubled my money on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was really cool because then like when cause it was like I think it's the SEMA like car festival thing that they had in
Gotcha.
Las Vegas. They presented it, and that's the reason that the stock shut up. And it's cool because of the simple fact that it's like if you have an old truck that you love, if you know not only that it wastes a ton of gas because of how heavy they are, we can see how it's gonna transfer into like the new world. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I think whenever a car is a classic, you can only run it so many miles too. So, you know, who knows? Maybe we can get like old boxy trucks back in the
I think it's gonna be a thing for a
Yeah.
while, at least for a while.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I think
I would love to see it.
If it works very well, it'll be a thing for a while, for sure.
Yeah,
I think so.
Sure. Well, well, to be honest, I don't know why they don't bring back like old school looking cars with just like new everything.
I think, like, I know what you mean. There's a lot of people like that would be like, oh, it would be cool to have this one,
Yeah.
but then it's like,
There's like the whole aerodynamic stuff that actually went into creating the newer ones.
I don't know. I'm just thinking like, you know, you got people who don't really care. They just want a functional car.
Yeah.
And it's like, is it worth bringing back something old? But then I'm like, you're still bringing a new car, so you could piggyback on the
Yeah.
old models. Maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
I think it should only be done for like certain models.
Yeah.
Like genuinely like
Iconic.
Yeah,
Iconic
like,
stuff.
iconic,
You don't want to do
like,
it for something
like whenever
nobody
like the
cared about.
Mustang and the Camaro came out like in this like you know the 69s and 70s. You know, it's just something like that would look so amazing.
And then you get that new
just when-
style, like
Yeah.
a new more like futuristic
Well,
style.
not even mess with the outside. Just make sure that the interior is updated.
Right.
Like you know, you get good AC,
Touchscreen.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and just keep like the outside look.
No AC. You want the actual experience.
Yeah, no. I don't want the actual experience. I want the beautiful car.
I want the driving experience, but I want my AC.
Yeah.
Dude, why can I hear you so good today? What's up with that, man? Like, you sound so
Have
good.
we not acknowledged this badass mic in
This
front of
bad
me?
boy right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, it did arrive like super
Like 2 weeks and a half late.
Yeah. So I wasn't able to debut it last podcast,
Yeah.
but here we are now. We got a cool new mic.
Yeah, now they can
Like,
see your
Yeah.
face.
Now
You don't
the
have to-
mic isn't hanging from like up here. Yeah, now I can adjust it, do whatever I want. I can look at you and
You
I have
can
to
look at
worry
me.
about it. Like,
It's
you know.
easier. You
Yeah.
can have an easy time like me now.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
all of this just for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Just for
Yeah,
you.
all my life savings are going into this podcast.
My life savings. Yeah, so subscribe.
Yeah, exactly.
Poor fella.
Yeah.
All right, so Oscar, tell him what you brought
Okay,
out.
so Danny, since we knew in advance that we were only gonna have one beer, we were like, hey, let's have like a generic beer that probably everybody's already had before.
Right.
And I thought that this would be a good idea because when I was young and inexperienced, I tried Guinness.
Wait, you have experience now?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
I am like super duper experienced. Yeah, so I tried Guinness for the first time when I was really young, and my palate hadn't become more bitter.
Not like mine as a kid with my lemon and salt.
Exactly. So I hated it. I thought it was the worst. I was like, I'll never drink a Guinness again. And then come to find out that I'm a huge porter and stout fan now. Yeah,
I've never had this.
You never had it?
No.
It was perfect. Well, now it's like the redemption arc. So we're gonna find out how I like it. So it says it's an extra stout. So let's get this down and let's see what you think of it. And this is like remember it's a redemption. So let's see what's up.
See what's up. I've never had it, so here we go. Oh shit. Oh, it's one of those.
I was wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's because this has been like my preferred type of beer.
Okay.
For a while.
I prefer my Czech beer.
Yeah.
Just joking.
Yeah. No, but I was wrong. I like it. Like stupid Oscar.
Stupid Oscar. Stupid young Oscar.
Exactly. Yeah, young.
You have grown
mm-hmm.
to become a much more person.
Yeah.
So let's rank this. YOLO. What do you give it?
It's this is like one of the this is a really popular beer, so it's right. So I'm gonna give it a 4.
A 4.
Yeah, because I like stouts, and it's an extra stout.
Oh, you gotta give it extra score.
Yeah.
It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I put the
give it like a 2.5 or something.
The average a 3, so it's gonna be a 2.5. The average was close to his favorite, so that was a 3 that I put. I'm gonna give this a 2.5.
Yeah.
Not to hate on it, but not my.
It's okay. Not everybody's likes like super dark motor oil beers.
Motor oil. Actually, yeah, that's how I would imagine oils to taste.
Yeah, so let's get back to it. We actually didn't finish our conversation about Dune.
Let's talk about Dune.
It was interrupted by beer, and I was brought back to
stories. And Jeff Bezos, how dare you interrupt our conversation? So one of the things, man, we watched this thing together.
All right, okay. Remember, spoiler alerts. Spoiler
yes.
alerts.
Well done.
All right. So at this moment, like people who are listening to it on podcast form,
like,
just
skip
audio forward.
Yeah. So I'm gonna cut in here in just a second and tell you how far should you skip. That way we don't want to spoil the movie for you. And if you're watching this, there's actually not really. There's titles underneath.
Oh, okay.
Just high over it and just skip over it.
Okay,
right?
Yeah, it'll say spoilers.
So that way you don't.
But I made like a really cool spoiler like logo thingy.
Well, no, I'll still put it. I'm just saying they know where to skip.
Okay,
Yeah. And another thing is, once you watch the movie, come back and listen to our critique.
You're such a genius.
I know, man. It's just. Where do you think I'm graduating?
Yeah, exactly.
It ain't all that research.
Yeah, like the doctor in the family.
Not yet, almost.
Minute 39 with 20 seconds.
Yeah. So, you were saying we watched it together.
Okay, so we watched it together, and you liked it. Overall, you gave it a positive thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I genuinely think people are being dramatic. The ending was not abrupt. Like, literally, like, to the moment, like, I told Danny, I was like, it's over. Because, like, I knew in advance it was going to end, like, shortly. So I was like, that's the moment it should end.
Right.
And I was right. Because the thing is, it's not a lot happens in the movie. Like we were talking about. We're not gonna ruin anything. We're not gonna go into like the big set. We're just gonna talk about.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just not
we'll
a lot. Not a lot happens. I think it takes place in over genuinely like 2 days. Like the day that they leave, they embark. They get there at night, and then like everything goes to shit. Or maybe like 3 days. I think there's like
at
an
least,
extra day.
Yeah, we see 3 days.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, so that's why it feels like, like not a lot happened, but they were able to tell it well. I think it was well told. I think like my only gripe is the main actor.
You were telling me about it.
So
now,
break. Give us your critique.
Okay, so we talked about one critique right after, so you know that one.
Mm-hmm.
But so when I look, this is a AAA movie, so it deserves a AAA Critique. That's how I saw it. That's how I saw it.
Yeah.
How I saw it.
So you feel like if they have a gigantic budget, we have more room to
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So my thing is, when I look at a movie like this, I think of three things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go from the least important to the most important. Least important.
Damn, you read like a freaking dissertation.
I have a
on
whole
this.
essay about this. Okay, the least important is that I think a movie like this needed an epic fight. At least one. I'm not saying like the whole movie is just hack and slash and blood and everything,
Yeah.
but it needed one good fight.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything memorable as the fight goes.
I
And the
think-
way they go...
I think the moment that they probably were trying to set up for that was the part with Jason Momoa.
I think so, and
Right.
it was okay. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, he was one
Yeah.
fighting against 20, but
Yeah.
I still think it needed to be more epic.
It's because like to completely like crap on the movie, but it did have like its action scenes. It's just like it wasn't anything like super impactful.
Look, Game of Thrones. I know you didn't watch it, but Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
The first 5 seasons, when there was a fight scene, they literally skipped the fight scene. Like they literally is like, they're going to fight, and then suddenly like the camera fades away, and then it's like the end, and people are like,
so
picking-
whack. It's like
Okay.
there's not enough budget for the
right.
fights.
That's whack, right? But the thing
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
is, the story was amazing. So you can say, okay, I can look through it. But on the last 2 seasons, the fights were amazing. The last season sucked story-wise, but the fights were amazing.
Well, they had a bigger budget at that point, right?
Probably. I mean, everyone was so hyped about it.
Yeah.
So my thing is, whenever, you know, everything goes down, it's just like, oh, we got betrayed by this one person that nobody knows who he is. He's just some guy. And that brought down the whole empire thing. It's just like, what? Okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
well, I mean, this movie was also sold as like the new Star Wars.
Yeah,
so
so that-
I mean, you're already setting the bar up. I mean, not to obviously like people have hate like the new trilogy, but at the end of the day, when you try to compare yourself to Star Wars, you're setting the bar high.
Because Star Wars, you have the iconic fights with the zoom, zoom.
They call it lightsabers.
Yeah, I never watched it, but I watched the first movie. I've been wanting to. I'll watch it. I promise. All right, I watched Hereditary. All right, so I can watch the
So
other one.
if I find it in Spanish, you watch it.
If I find it on YouTube in Spanish, I haven't tried that. Good idea. If you ever want to watch a movie, look it up in Spanish. If you don't know Spanish, learn Spanish, then you get to watch.
Yeah,
the
then you
movies.
look it up.
Now, here's the second critic, which is a little bit more important.
Yeah.
I don't felt immersed into that environment. So when I look at movies like The Lord of the Rings, you had little side things like them being at the bar, or the Hobbits with that celebration at the end of whenever they have the fireworks.
Yeah.
So you get an impression of what is life like in that environment. This one is like, I don't feel like I know. Now, hold on, espérate.
You're right.
Yeah. There are 3 things. One is the main people who are looking for the spices, right? There is the bad people, and then there is the natives. I can understand not any explanation of the natives because they were like hidden, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense. But the people who did the spice trade, the main people of the first movie, it didn't really feel like, oh, this is what their life is like. It's just cool armor, and that's it.
Well, it's because that part also has to do is that they came in and invaded. Remember, so it's not like we saw the world before it was invaded. It would have been cool if they would have shown
Right,
it.
I
Before.
agree with you, but either way, people always want to be entertained. So you would think that even in this environment that's all desertic and they're like just wearing armor and stuff, there's like a lifestyle. You're like, if I live there, how would I be? And I think movies that are high budget, they try to do that. Avatar had that whole scene where they're like hunting and they're like, you gotta connect with nature, and they connect to the tree. You know, you're like, okay, that might be corny or whatever, but if you go like, oh, that's how living there feels. It's like a whole culture.
Okay, I get
There
it.
is no culture here.
No, and you're right, especially because they're trying to paint it as something huge. There's going to
Yes.
be multiple movies.
Yes.
Like, I get you. Like, so it's just like the very first movie just didn't get you.
Now
the
they
way-
can save it in the second movie if they do that good with the natives, because that's where the movie.
Yeah, well,
kind
that's
of
where they're
ends,
going to go.
Right, that's
so
when they merge.
Hopefully.
So if they do that good there, maybe they pass. And the last thing
Who
is,
made that movie? Was it Universal?
Huh?
Who made that movie?
Wasn't it
Well,
Warner
whoever-
Brothers?
like-
Whoever did it,
Contract Danny.
whoever did it, talk to me. Game of Thrones, if you want to remake the last season, call me. I have a beautiful way to end it. All right, maybe I'll share it with you guys
You
one
always
day.
bring that up, and it's just the thing is like I have no clues, so you can't even talk to me about it.
I could explain it to you in a way that you would be like, that sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Anyways, one day we'll share it.
Yeah, someday I'll watch Game of Thrones in Spanish.
Yes. Yeah. True. Subscribe, and one day I will tell you how I would end Game of Thrones. It was an
I mean,
epic
if
ending.
y'all even still care because it's so long ago.
Why you don't care because you didn't watch it? People who watched it, they're still hurt by it. I'm still hurt by it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, my last critique is the one we talked about. It seems to me like the main character went from being one way to another, and I don't see what thing was significant enough for him to go, yes, let me change.
Yeah.
That was my thing.
Yeah, like genuinely, I hadn't even thought about that until you pointed it out. I was just like, yeah, this is how the movie's going.
Yeah, and it just
no, because like once it's explained, it's like genuinely like the only moment that he had that was like life altering, he didn't even react to it.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's bullshit.
So that's my thing. And again, the movie, you can enjoy it if you like story movies. If you like action, you're gonna be bored for sure. If you like stories with like, oh, there's some drama going on, interplanetary drama, you're gonna enjoy it. But
it's because like already like if we even when we bring it back to like Lord of the Rings, like there's still like so much traveling in between. So like like it's just different. Like it's just written better, to be honest. And not only that, like your fight scenes are way better on Lord of the Rings than they were on this one.
For sure. I think the lore has potential. But again, the fight, like they just got destroyed like in one night.
And they look so cool to be freaking destroyed like that. It was
they're
so
like,
annoying.
this is the biggest army of the Empire. And then the villains is like, we can destroy them. And then there's like, oh, they got betrayed by some doctor. And then that before everything fell. I'm just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Give an epic fight. But I'm an action guy. I don't mind. Like again, Game of Thrones didn't have action, but the story made up for it.
Yeah.
This, it has good graphics, amazing graphics. They're over in the desert and all of this.
Yeah, no, it was shot really, really good.
Yeah, the big sandworms, the graphics people, my respect. But as a AAA movie, I have to
Yeah, no,
hack it a little bit.
I get you. No, I get you. I think your critique is valid.
Thank you.
Not only that, I'm like, genuinely, it's enjoyable. Y'all can watch it. I'm pretty sure y'all will have a good time watching it. And that's just literally all that matters.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to go and talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah, you don't.
Unless you got your own, like write it down. We'll go.
Here's the thing. You might disagree with me. You'll be like, you loser. You don't know what you're talking about. Because remember, I'm unqualified. You can go down there and be like, this is why.
And write down your qualifications.
Yeah. Yeah. But you can be like, this is why DUNE was amazing. And then you put it there.
And not only that, I want to know, is like, do you guys think, like, if you watched it, do you think it's comparable to like people painting it as the new Star Wars?
Yeah.
I think visually it might stand a chance, but as far as the story goes, and the main character fucking blows. We haven't even talked about that. They're trying to paint this kid as like a freaking young Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
apparently he's gonna be like the next Willy Wonka too.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's just like,
wait, by character you mean the actor, not the character? Are you talking about the actor, like the real human acting? Or,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like him, like they're trying to paint him as like a young Johnny Depp.
Ah.
Yeah, because honestly, he's doing the Willy Wonka movie, and everybody on the internet was like, oh, he should do Edward Scissorhands, and we're like, okay. I'm like, no.
Here's the thing: I've seen good actors look like crap because of bad writing. All right, so I'm gonna. I agree with you.
I'm not gonna give you a pass on this one because you couldn't even sell facial expressions. I was like big shit's happening, and I don't care if you're dark and mysterious. Like, honestly, I feel like if he would have sold it a little better, we would have less complaints.
Because there was only 2 scenes where he seemed dramatic, and they seem again very like one went with the hand, and the one when they're in the tent, and those things get like dismissed so easily. So quickly.
Well,
so I get
just
what
like the very last fight scene was supposed to freaking change him,
and it did, but just like a flip of a switch. Like,
that is my biggest issue with it. Yeah. Like, genuinely, like if you watch it, please just say that you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's the last fight scene. His spoiler, super spoiler. He had never killed anybody before. Okay, the mom even goes out of her way to mention it. All right, he kills him. He walks away like
he's
nothing.
like, and I have to stay here. And right before that, he had a panic attack where he was like, they're going to use me to declare war. And now he's like, I have to join them, mother. And it's just like
it just wasn't sold. Like,
look, there is. You can go in the comments and say, no, look, here are some reasons. There might be but they didn't project them very well.
Yeah.
That's my thing. They didn't project them very well.
You know what's the thing that actually is the most important part about the Dune movie? It brought back the fear of quicksand to everybody.
Okay, you're right. 10 out of 10. Go watch the quicksand movie.
The quicksand movie. It's just like, honestly, like when we were talking about it, it's just like growing up as a child, you thought there was going to be quicksand everywhere.
Yes.
No one's ever seen quicksand in their life.
It was so creepy, dude, because you would watch movies about back in the dinosaurs who would get stuck in quicksand, and they're like, they found their bones. And,
freaking Indiana Jones.
yeah, that, and like the people going in the jungle and fell, and then they're like, don't move, and then someone comes with a stake, and you're like, what if one day, walking from school, I fell in quicksand? Oh, yeah,
No,
for sure.
it's like genuinely, like never seen it. Probably never gonna see it.
Probably hope not. And if you do it just from far away, you're like quicksand.
Watch next time I go out for a hike. Never gonna see me again.
We were in New Mexico. Good thing we didn't go off the road. We did to take pictures. Yeah. Good thing there was no quicksand.
No, we're more likely to run into a mutant from the hills.
Yeah, yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
But you know what else? I mix it with that piranhas.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why. Like I connect those two.
You are so right. Like genuine, because there was a bunch of them coming out around that time.
Yeah.
You know, why did they get so many sequels?
I have no idea, man. But it was the things. It's like if I fall like when we used to go fishing at the river, I'm like, what if there are piranhas here? You know, they'll eat you before they find you. Turns out they don't eat you like that. Like not as fast.
Take like super tiny bites. They're small, right?
Yeah, it still hurts, but it's not like you disintegrate. Like they painted in the pictures. You know, you're like.
Yeah, no, those movies are ridiculous.
But as a young child, you're like, my God, stay on cement. Which sucks because my house in Mexico had a dirt road, so you know I'm just like hopping on the stones.
Quicksand.
I'm hopping on the stones as I go to the house.
Yeah,
that's funny.
No, but no, the movie was good. Everybody should definitely watch it.
And to let us what you think. Hopefully you've watched it by now, and you can tell us what you think because. Again, triple A movie.
I'm gonna bring it back real quick to Dune for just one more second.
Dale.
The thing in their nose for them to breathe was a terrible idea. Everybody's walking around with a Hitler stash.
You told me that.
Yeah, it's like it's so dumb.
Yeah, it's. You would think that in 8,000 years, there would be something more.
Like better.
Like maybe just. Yeah. Like you just put it on your nose and it purifies the air or something.
I think the suits are super creative how they recycle the water through you.
Yeah,
I think that's
that was
ingenious.
Neat. And your sweat and your pee and everything,
that's so gross,
and your spit. But that's what they were doing.
Yeah, no. But the point is like the whole breathing part is just so dumb.
Yeah. I think they could have done something different.
Yeah.
But I like how you connected it to Hitler. So they didn't really see that coming.
Props for connecting it to Hitler.
Props for that. Props for that, for sure.
All right, Danny. Well, I just read the next topic. So I was having the conversation with one of my friends because he likes to watch I don't even know if you would call it a podcast, but it's a really long format in Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like literally what we do. And it's just like they sit here and they do it like a whole day, like a whole business day. They do it for like 5 hours.
Wow.
And they have like rotating guests coming in and out. But he was telling me about an episode about like 2 clowns that got into a fight. You know, so
2 clowns.
I don't think in the
an actual fight or like playful fight.
No, they were arguing. Like the guy, like one of the clowns stormed off.
Oh,
which I thought was really funny because the simple fact is,
it's like the only time I found the clown funny is when they were not acting as clowns.
Yeah, and when they were leaving.
They were leaving.
Like, other than Pennywise in the U.S., there's no other famous clown. You have the Juggalos.
What do you mean, McDonald's?
Oh, Ronald, yeah.
Yeah, Ronald. Yeah, but I know what you mean.
Whatever. Freaking McDonald's has even distanced themselves from him. You know, they hardly ever bring him out.
Yeah, they don't.
But other than that, it's just like genuine. Like in the U.S., you don't see like super popular clowns. And not only that, I think like most circus moved into like a whole. They're like gymnastic shows now.
Gymnastics. I think they also try to get rid of animals. You know,
they do tricks with dogs now. Like they have like trained dogs. I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So more humane things, of course. But the simple fact is that like, why are clowns still a thing? That's what I don't get.
Did you ever find them attractive as a kid?
What, attractive, Danny?
What I don't mean like sexually attractive. That's good. I'll give him that. No. Like the word attractive, it's like it catches your attention.
You love Cepin, huh?
Dude, he passed away. Come on, man. No.
Yeah,
No, that's good.
Because
That's good.
like seriously, it's just like there's still a thing in Mexico which I don't get why
People still hire them. Yeah.
No, like they're actually like some of them considered like actual celebrities.
Yeah, but they're not for kids at that point.
Oh no,
they're
no,
just dressed up as clowns and they do stupid
You know,
shit.
thinking about it now, they're basically comedians. They just dress up as clowns.
So the one was there's one here in the U.S. and there's one. I think Platanito is the one in the U.S. and then there's Broso, which is a very old guy.
I think the Platanito guy was the one that got in a fight with the other one.
Who you know who the other one was?
No,
Do you remember how he looked? Was it green hair?
He was ugly as hell. Like
Was it
He
green?
had like terrible makeup.
No green hair?
No.
Okay, because the other one is Broso, but that guy had like adult news and like just a bunch of weird stuff.
No, yeah. Well, that's basically what they just got drunk and fought.
Yeah.
And then like it literally just it came to me. It was like, why the fuck are clowns still a thing?
Yeah.
And then thinking about it, it's just their gimmick. I just answered my own question.
No, but actually no. But I've seen like not long ago. I had like not a close family member, but someone family to a family.
Yeah.
They had a party for a kid and they brought a clown. And I was just like,
God.
well, I mean, I guess some kids are still into it.
I was about to say, I'm like, kids like? But I remember back in the day, like in the movies, like there would be kids who had like their whole room filled with shit from clowns.
Yeah, but some people are still doing it. But here's the thing: I remember this. There were two people they interviewed in the news. They were dressed up as clowns. There was the mom and the son, and the son kind of follow up the tradition to be a clown.
Okay.
But they were like, oh, we still want to like increase like attention for clowns. They're joyful, but all these like scary movies have taken us away that attention. Is like,
oh, so you're saying that like
some
horror
of them,
movies,
some of them, like they ruined their
clown career.
Probably, I think so. I mean,
no, you're right. That makes sense because since it like traumatized so many kids, I can imagine the clown business just like shut down.
No, to be frank, there's some people who are like fucking movie. Yeah. No, but to be frank, I never found clowns. I wasn't scared by them, but I never found them funny.
No, but
I
you
thought
found
they
them
were too
attractive
stupid.
though, huh?
No, what's that? What's that? The one from Suicide Squad, Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
Does that count as a clown?
No.
She's not a clown?
No, they lean more towards...
Oh, they're a pirate.
She's a Harley Quinn, which is I think is like the female jester.
Okay. We find jesters attractive. There you go. But yeah, okay.
Well, I think whenever clowns were a thing, the jesters, they would make fun of royalty and stuff, which is basically what comedians are supposed to do when they challenge power and stuff.
What wasn't jesters like the kings and shit would make fun of them? Like they would like there to entertain the kings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I don't know how it divulged into drunk clowns on Mexican television. And then on the other spectrum, you have like the juggalos, like ICP and stuff, which is just like freaking meth head clowns and stuff.
Oh, I've heard the term juggalo, but I don't know exactly what they were.
So there's like this rap group called ICP.
Okay.
And they're just like, like the whole juggalo mentality is like, it's basically like you're a freaking crazy motherfucker.
Oh, like us. We're juggalos.
no, just by making fun of it. Like there's actual gangs about it.
Oh, we're not juggalos.
And like,
we're gurus.
You know who Steve-O is?
Steve-O?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, well, you never watched Jackass? He's like one of the main guys.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. I never really found Jackass entertaining personally.
No, well, I know why a lot of people wouldn't like it, but Steve-O as a person, I follow him. I think he's entertaining.
All right.
Yeah, and like cool. He actually went to clown college.
Oh.
He actually graduated and stuff.
PhD in clown.
Yeah, and he talks shit about ICP. Because they dress up like juggalos with the face paint, and he's like, they're not actual fucking clowns. Like he started talking shit about them, and like literally like a whole bunch of people were sending death threats because of how hardcore the bass is.
Wow.
And then like eventually he became friends with them and stuff.
Right, okay, let's be friends with the juggalos.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the juggalos.
Yeah, don't mess with them. Yeah, but point is, clowns shouldn't be a thing, and thank God for it.
Thank God for it.
All right.
Absolutely.
Danny, you want to know what pisses me off?
What pisses you off? The boomers?
Other than
the boomers? What's up?
It's just as soon as freaking October and Halloween is over and the spooky season
Oh,
ends.
that rhyme, dude.
Yeah,
Are you a
well,
rapper?
I'm a rapper, man. I got two new songs. Check down the description.
You're welcome, man, for that shameless plug.
Yeah, thank you. I also have a brand.
Ah.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah, whatever.
Don't forget, like and subscribe. All right, so I hate the fact that we completely skip a holiday and just jump straight to Christmas.
Okay.
I think
Yeah, I
that's
see
one of the
people.
reasons that the last 2 months fly by so quick. I get people who are excited, they want to get to their gifts,
Right.
but the fact is, there is a holiday in between.
Yeah, there's.
You know.
Well, that's a U.S. holiday. I don't think they celebrate it anywhere else.
Well, I mean, it's still the U.S. people celebrating Christmas.
Ah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're yeah. No, I got you.
Yeah.
You're right.
So it's just like because Netflix just put out a Christmas movie like
Yeah.
like last week. Like what the fuck?
I think I know why.
It's still really hot. Like it's like right now we've been having cold air, like temperature come in now and then. But then like as soon as it goes away, it's back up to the 80s and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like it does not feel festive. No one's put out their lights yet. I'm pretty sure there are fanatics. Like as soon as October is over.
Some people probably never take off their lights.
Oh well, I mean maybe.
Probably.
But the fact is, it's just like it's still hot outside. Don't put out Christmas movies until it's snowing.
I know why they're doing it.
Why?
Because nobody buys shit for Thanksgiving. It's all about start wasting your money on gifts
You're right.
and putting up decorations. And what are you gonna buy for Thanksgiving? A turkey? A turkey? It's like no.
I don't even like turkey, man.
Yeah.
Sucks.
The only one. The only
I
time.
like ham.
Yeah, the only time I've eaten turkey that I'm like, oh, this is good, was when a friend of mine, his mom did it.
Yeah.
She knows how to do it. And my aunt, your madrina.
To be fair, we're Mexicans. Like they always make tamales, so they don't have much practice.
True.
Yeah.
But your madrina, my tia Pati.
Mm-hmm.
Tia Pati, if you're watching this, hit like. She makes it really good.
Yeah.
I don't know. My mom tried to make it,
Yeah.
and it always comes out hard and stiff
like,
and
dry and
dry. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know how they do it, but yeah.
I genuinely don't think it's like the most amazing thing, so I really don't care.
Nah, just get some
unless
chickens.
it's like a turkey leg, like at the Renaissance.
Yeah,
Festival, I don't really care.
go to Sam's, get $6 chicken. I used to cook those.
I like the ham. The ham is better. So
I used to cook the chickens though.
you,
Oh, you like turkey ham?
no, like genuine, like ham, like jamon.
Yeah. But
Like the honey glazed one.
yeah,
like
yeah.
the
No,
one
but
that
I
comes
was
out.
talking about the Sam's chicken because I used to cook it.
Oh, you worked at the Sam's
Yeah, I
Club
used to
for
work
a
at
while.
the Sam's,
That's so
and
true.
I cooked
Yeah.
the chickens. So
The rotisseries.
yeah, the rotisserie chicken.
I had a friend that his name is Matthew. He used to work there too.
Okay.
Yeah, and then our uncle too. It's like generations of
Generations.
family members at Sam's.
Feeding the people of America. There you
Yeah.
go.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Now, yeah.
Yeah, but back to our conversation.
Ah,
it's
yes,
just like,
yes.
because I had I was talking about this with my friend Arnell. We were talking about how because he asked me straight because he had posted like a picture of that movie, and I was like, what is this about? He's like, I'm gonna review it.
I'm gonna review it.
And I was like, okay. And then I was like, I'm like, it's a little early for a Christmas movie. I'm like, and then that's when we were talking about it. And he's like, well, tell me what's a good Thanksgiving movie. And I couldn't think of anything. I made a joke. I was like, Chicken Run. But that's not even about it. But and then I started looking them up. There's like this there's like really weird B movies. Like we show a picture of like the craziest one I found.
Okay, you show it to me. And
I'll send it to you and we just pop it up.
Yeah.
But the only one that came up was Mall Cop, and that one happens because they robbed the mall on a Black Friday.
It's not even a Thanksgiving. It's about shopping. What did I tell you? It's all about
You're so
shopping.
right. You're so right. And then that got me thinking. It's like, why don't they make modern ones? And then I was like, oh, they'd be all fucking.
Why don't they
racist.
make what?
Like, why don't they make like a modern Thanksgiving movie?
Ah.
And then I'll be like, because they'll be racist. It's like literally like Christopher Columbus coming and like wiping out indigenous people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one wants to see that.
Well, this wasn't even Christopher Columbus. This was the European people, right?
Yeah, no,
well,
but I mean, like we were like
he was
we were
still
just,
European.
Yeah, no, I'm
he
just
was
talking like in vague
No, the
terms,
whole coming over from
Yeah.
the other country,
No,
continent.
Yeah. So it's just like I just can't envision like a good movie coming out of this. So we just skip forward, and now I'm celebrating Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's you look for gifts, and I mean, you what? You get together for Thanksgiving and fight with your family.
Yeah.
Pretty much argue on the table.
Yeah.
So
that's what we do. That's how we were trained for this. You know, we were bred for this.
You know, speaking of what we're trained for, since we're doing YouTube videos, so they're removing the making dislikes public.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
genuinely, at first I was like, no, I want them to know I don't like their stuff.
Yeah.
You know? But I'm a content creator too, and I don't want people telling me.
Well, so here's the thing: the people that make the content, they will know.
Yeah,
you hit dislike. However, other people won't know, which means you can actually now hit thumbs down of our videos. It's all right. You go ahead.
Stop!
No,
stop!
Hit like.
Okay. Don't give me the green light.
Wrong. Let me rotate this by 180.
Yes.
There you go. Okay, do thumbs up. But
so genuinely, I was looking into it, and it's to help smaller creators.
The thing is, competition. When you have a new channel coming up, and they're like, and you see them as competition, you can be like, hey, let's go thumbs down, and you kill them. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. Do you think there's any downsides to not having the thumbs down? I can think of one. Only one.
No, I think it's better just because of the simple fact that if you're trying to create a business out of this, it looks better to investors. It looks better to people who want to run ads on your stuff.
Yeah.
So genuinely, I mean, obviously you'd have to disclose it, and hopefully it looks better, but it will deter people from downvoting something until they actually hate it.
Because I think there is some psychological effect here. When you see a large number, you're like, oh, I'll do that.
Yeah.
And so you see a lot of dislikes, you're like, well, it already gives you a bad mood for it. So you're more likely to hit down. But the only downside I see of it is I sometimes look up how to do stuff. And some people they put something absolutely is not the answer.
I did see that on whenever people were talking about it, they were all like for the DIY videos, that they were all like, it helps so much to basically push out the trash, because honestly, if it's not helpful, everybody's gonna let you know it's not helpful.
Yeah, no, because I've been like, how do you do this?
But you can still comment unless they're blocking the comments. I guess that would be the best.
But I've had look up a tutorial or something, and I go look, and it's 2 likes and 90 dislikes, and I go skip. This guy is not answering the question.
Yeah. I think it's better in the ways about
the mainstream.
No, not just mainstream. It's just since you don't get the gratification of seeing the number grow with the dislikes, it's gonna deter people from disliking it. And because a lot of people if you they watch it for a minute, and if they don't like it, they can dislike it. And without discrediting everything else that they're gonna miss.
Now I have a question for you, because you said that. How much do you use the like and dislike button?
Oh, I think I use it a fair amount.
Do you think you hit like and dislike on almost every video, most videos, or you don't?
Unfortunately for it sucks. We're creatives. I follow a lot of YouTube channels because when I'm at work, I have them on, and if they post every day, or they post weekly, since it become a routine, I don't really like it.
Okay. But I don't mean it I don't mean it oh you just you're busy, because sometimes you can.
It has to be if the episode's really really good, I'm okay, yeah. Or if there's something I genuinely don't like, I'll dislike it.
Yeah. Because I used to be very picky with who I gave like. It was
well, okay, all right, look, this is perfect because we got to talk about this. Danny is a professional curator on Google and stuff. So
I guess so.
Yeah, so we can talk about this, Danny.
Okay, let's go.
Genuinely, you put a lot more weight than most people do in their
I was stuff. My has to agree with the video. If you had a 10-minute video and there's 1 minute of content that I was I don't agree with, you lost my like. That's it.
That sucks, because that's why this is good, because the simple fact was there was 9 good minutes, but the 1 minute killed it for you.
Well, I didn't hit dislike though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I know for me to hit dislike, it had to be one of those videos where it's okay, this is just clickbait, absolutely nothing. So I never
don't even say that, because we're gonna start clickbaiting like crazy.
Well, no. Well, okay, maybe I missaid it. Not clickbait, but what I said earlier. It's here's a tutorial about X, and you don't say anything about X.
Yeah.
It's obviously this video has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
All right, not about the exactly the clickbaity. But my point is that I would hit like if I was like this video. All right, masterpiece. If it was okay, but then at one point when I would follow some people that I was like, these people, they make decent content and they seem like genuinely good people. Yeah. I would drop them a like as a support. I'd be like, I might not agree with everything, but I like what you do. I want to support you. Yeah. Like.
Well, Danny, you know, it's because like not a lot of people think about how much work is put behind every video.
You know, I can see that. I can see that. I mean, what do you do at home? When you watch videos, do you use likes and dislikes a lot? Do you like, I don't have time for that?
Do you even care about it?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that big of a deal because it doesn't really change like the user like experience for you guys.
And there's a lot of the times, like you said also earlier, that you watch videos and you're at work or something. Like, what happened if you're watching it like on TV?
Yeah,
I don't think you get the likes. I
have friends that have been like, I watch y'all on that. So it's like, unless you exit the video, then you can. It's a lot more work, but it's whatever.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, I think this episode is running really long. We're having such a good time here.
Yeah, man, it's a mic.
Yeah.
It's a new mic.
It's a mic, it's the nice chairs.
Yeah.
we got a new video loop in the background.
We had a cool beer.
2 beers.
2 cool beers.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The Guinness. But some people didn't really have a good time this week.
Ooh, that's a harsh transition. I don't know if I like that. Yeah.
It's kind of the truth,
so,
though.
You know, everybody's already talked about it.
Right.
So,
and by the time you guys see this, it's been
news.
like a week and a half. Because we record this in advance, so there's probably more details. So don't grill on us.
But we do want to get through it just because I want to talk about like the experience I've had going to concerts.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's just a simple fact that, you know, unfortunately, I think like, was it 9 people?
I think there's been
it was
confirmed.
8 people like that lost their lives.
Right.
And one girl was pronounced brain dead this morning.
Oh, really?
So they're gonna ramp it up to 9 people.
Okay.
So and then there was like a 10-year-old that got really hurt.
Yeah, because I think there were quite a few that got hurt.
Well, there was 300 injuries, so it's ridiculous. 300 injuries.
Oh,
yeah. So the thing that pisses me off is just that makes no sense. Is look, they ran into the festival, like they charged in there. You know. I'll be like, look, delay it, kick everybody out. Nobody starts performing until everybody gets out. It makes no sense why they let people stay in. And, you know, because then you have overcrowding, which made the place even more dangerous because when venues, you know, and everything, they sign insurance, you know, they go through the process. You know, clearly they did not have enough security. There was said that there was a bunch of security guards that literally like quit. They were like, fuck this. It's too dangerous. We don't want to be here. So they were understaffed. There was too many people there. And, you know, it's been so much bad, like, optics for them. Like, who knows? Like, the festival's probably not going to survive. They're getting sued so much. There'll probably never be another Astroworld.
Who's the project manager of this?
Well, it's I think it's Live Nation, but you know, obviously they use like Travis Scott's branding, right? You know, for Astroworld, and it's just.
So let me ask you something, because honestly, I'm a little bit ignorant about the whole event and about what happened. I've heard about it, but I didn't watch videos of like what's going on. So was it them going in, or was it during the was it the mosh pit? Like when was it?
So.
You know?
What they say is like people weren't being trampled. They were being crushed, because it was already at the end of the night. So the thing whenever they ran the gates was in the morning. It was like whenever or like in the afternoon. I don't know what time the doors opened. You know, there was a bunch of people lined up, and you know, so whenever you're all right, look here, it's my criminal justice knowledge from watching freaking Criminal Minds and Law and Order. Look, to prove intent. You know, like or something. It's like you have to prove like a pattern of behavior. You know.
Okay.
So this is like a part where Travis is fucking screwed because he's gonna get sued like ridiculously bad because of the simple fact that he encourages his fans to act crazy as hell. Like he enjoys. That's what people say is like, you know, it's really dumb for people to honestly say that he couldn't see anything. Because he's above everybody. He sees the ambulances. And instead of telling people to make way for the ambulances.
Whatever that.
How do you say plural ambulance?
The many ambulance.
The ambulance? I guess just
ambulances.
like ambulance.
the ambulance.
Whatever. It's like instead of stopping the music and helping it so that they can make way, he tells them to jump and to shake the fucking ground. Right? Yeah. Look, freaking I don't know if he's together with his baby mama. She had posted a video from the stage where you can clearly see the flashing lights. And then she took the video down because it's damning, because it confirms to everybody that if you're on the stage and you can see the lights, he can definitely see the lights. So there's no debate. Not only that, you had like hundreds of videos of like other giant festivals that people like whenever they saw somebody like fall or something bad happen to the crowd, they stop it. Plain and simple. You know, Travis Scott has literally been sued for the exact same thing before, because he encouraged this kid to jump off a balcony, and like he ended up being paralyzed. It was just like, that's what I'm telling you, like the whole pattern of behavior that he constantly encourages this. He also got in trouble because he encouraged his fans to like run like past the cops and stuff. Okay, that's why everybody is like ready to fucking go, because you're coming in with this mindset that's all like, yo, anything goes here. You know, and that's because that's been established.
So I honestly, I didn't know. My ex, she went once to Astroworld. She was like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think the very first one, somebody died there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then like the second year, it got canceled because of COVID. So this is finally,
thank COVID.
Back. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. So, and the thing is, there has been other events where bad stuff has happened. But this is just like, it's so preventable, and it's just like, it was bad management. And not only that, like the cops share the blame too, because apparently like 40 minutes before the show ended, they had already like considered it a mass death thing or whatever. So it became like an emergency. But the chief or whoever was in charge was like, we don't want a riot, so we have to let the concert end while they're resuscitating people on the side.
It's like they pay for their ticket, so we have to give them the nah. Yeah. So yeah.
So to see who shares the blame, it's Live Nation and Travis Scott. It's like Live Nation did not prepare. They did not have. Is it Live Nation or is it the other one?
Okay, while you just
I'm sorry. It's because I can't. I don't remember who was the organizer.
Yeah, that way we don't shit on the wrong person.
Yeah. Live Nation,
a company behind Astroworld.
So it has to be them, like them and him. There's no way in hell he did not see what was going on, and it sucks because there's videos of kids like trying to get the attention. Well, not kids, they're young adults. Yeah. Getting the attention of the cameraman.
Oh, I saw that one.
You saw that one? Yeah, they literally screaming, there's dead people in the crowd. I'm like, can you imagine the desperation he felt? And then not to shit on the guy, because apparently he did call for help.
Yeah.
I mean, what is he gonna do? She posted later on. She's like, he actually did help. Yeah. Just because, like on the video I saw, I was like, what the?
But then I mean, what could he do?
At the end of the day, it's
like, what is he gonna go like jump through the crowd and pick him up and get him out? Like, there's nothing he can do. I get that. At that point, they have to stop and be like,
Danny, there was people climbing on top of the ambulance and dancing. Oh. Yeah, I know. It's not supposed to be.
Sorry for laughing, but that's okay. Wow.
God, it's just so bad. And it's like, like I get like if you're his fan, you don't want to freaking shit on him. But the simple fact is, he loves the chaos. He's literally like, he loves that his fans rage. He loves it. Like, and there's no denying that. Like, we've seen it before. Like, he's constantly encouraged it. So at the end of the day, he shares the blame.
I would say, dude, even if he wasn't encouraging, he's the head honcho in a way. So that's the whole thing, is like, when you're at the top, you're the one to make the most money. Yeah. So because you hold responsibility. So you should be able to say, hey man, this thing, like, no. And like you said, if it was like a first time, there's a, what do you call it, pattern of behavior. Yeah. So at that point, him being the lead, you have to hold some responsibility. Yeah. Doesn't matter if you intended it or not.
Yeah. And the sad part is just like, people were being crushed because of overcrowding. So it wasn't like they were being stomped on. It's just like, imagine being crushed against people, because he was telling people from the back to run to the front. I've been at the front before where you're pushing people back, where you're not even enjoying the concert because you're fighting people pushing you back. You know, it just becomes so bad. And like the thing is, okay, look, I've been in circle pits, I've been in wall of deaths, I've been in mosh pits, I've been like literally in concerts where there's dudes like swinging at the crowd. They're called crowd killers. It's just nothing bad that has ever came about like that than this, just because the simple fact was that no one ever let it get this bad. You know, the thing is,
Yeah,
like,
because you can't have fun if you're dead. So, and you're supposed. Well, I mean, that's the whole point of the concert.
No,
It's like,
the
come
thing
have
wa-
fun, and it's like,
the thing was,
the hell?
it was overcrowded. He kept telling them to push to the front, and unfortunately, like everything fucking fell apart.
So I have a question. I think you sent me this article, the 9-year-old that they're suing.
Oh, yeah,
Travis Scott
so
for
he-
it.
yeah.
So what? So I'm not to defend them. This is not a defense of his. But what is a 9-year-old doing there? Is
Okay,
that a,
so before, because I had seen videos, because there was
Okay.
another video of like this little kid on his parents' shoulders having a good time. Look, it was promoted for all ages. You are not a bad parent for taking your kid to a show. The show was marketed as it's friendly for all ages. So that's like to answer.
But
that
like,
thing.
like they
It's because-
just drop off a 9-year-old in there? And
no,
like,
no. The thing
I'm
is,
sure
like,
there had to be someone with them.
they were there. The thing is just like if you're there where you like you have your kid, you wanted to go to the show. It was promoted. It ended like a 10 something. So the
Okay.
thing was, they oversold it. So that's why it became more dangerous. It was super crowded. People couldn't move. So
Yeah.
the thing was, imagine like when people were getting crushed, how are you gonna get them out?
Yeah. I know. I'm just curious about how that happened.
Yeah, well, it's like I'm telling you, it was marketed for all ages. That's the reason that the parents aren't to blame. You know, if there was more security guards, if there was somebody on the stage like telling people to calm down, so much could have been avoided. But instead, Travis Scott was on the fucking pillar doing the robot.
Doing the robot.
Yeah.
I mean, he came out that night and he was like, "I'm sorry, love you all."
No,
and
that
this
was
and
after. Apparently, he went to Dave and Buster's and went to the after party.
Oh,
And he literally looked over. There's videos of him looking over to the people getting fucking CPR.
oh wow, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, there's no.
I didn't know it was
defending
that bad, to
There's
be
no-
honest.
there's
I mean,
no-
I was like, oh yeah, I mean, he's
Then
responsibility.
there was
but
a
I didn't
video
know.
like they described that they were doing CPR and it wouldn't help. They would just move on to the next person.
I need a sip.
It's so fucking bad. So there's no defending it. Like he shares in the
Oh
blame.
yeah, no, I'm not defending
shares
him.
in
I'm
the
just
blame.
curious about the
And,
9-year-old.
and like I told you, it's not the first time. Hopefully he never gets his own fucking festival ever again. And good.
I mean, I only knew one song of his,
Like,
so I mean, I didn't really know who he
Goosebumps?
was, so I'm not like like sad or anything. I mean, it sucks for the people that passed away and their families.
Yeah.
However, I'm just like, well, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. No, but it's true. It's just it sucks, and it's a very gloomy topic. And hopefully, it looks like there's only another sad topic.
Well, first,
Is
hold
that how
on
you
before
wanna
we go.
end
Let's put a pause before we go to the sad topic. So there's like all these things on social media about Travis Scott being satanic and stuff like that.
Oh god, these people are fucking morons. But I do like
I
do like
mostly
clowning
in
them.
TikTok and stuff.
Yeah. It's
What do you think? Is he the devil?
No, it's a gimmick that he's been selling for a long time. He's like, I'm edgier than the other rapper just because I use an immense amount of autotune. It's just like it's stupid. It's just like if nobody would have died, would people call it satanic? No.
Depends. Did they get horns and black wings?
No, it's just because it said I'll see you on the other side.
But it was so I again, I'm very misinformed in this story. I didn't have time to look at this stuff. I was fucking writing, but I from when I would procrastinate in social media,
yeah,
I would
well, it
look
was
at,
everywhere. It was really hard to avoid.
I would see posts about like some about this him being like all this satanic stuff, and the other one was clips. Like I saw the clip of them telling the camera dude, but one of the things was like, well, they had like things where he was like you make it look like a portal.
Yeah.
And then they had like people on one side of the portal, and then the other side they will come out with horns and things like that.
He was wearing a shirt.
Okay.
That there was like on the shirt there was a part. There was like blue people were walking in, and then red ones came out.
He's turning Democrats into Republicans. What is this?
No.
Okay.
It's just a gimmick. It's just like because like whenever you enter through like his face and stuff.
But
There's, like,
he
the
had
picture
horns,
everybody-
right?
I-
Like it has to have a theme with it. Like you said, I don't think Personally, I don't think this was a ritual or
It's a
anything like that.
gimmick.
I think that's stupid. However, I do think that when you set up a theme like that,
Yeah.
because you say you're talking about like, oh, be chaotic, and how do you make it more chaotic? Well, let's make it more like horns and this and that.
Yeah.
I think you're bound to get something like this
It's like
happen.
he's trying to reignite the fucking satanic panic of the 80s and stuff.
I suppose, but look, the way I look at it, this is how I look at it. Remember last time when you talked about black metal?
Yeah.
Like, that's an extreme
Yeah.
thing, right? I would say, like, if you have, like, just neutral music, I'm here for entertainment, and you have black metal at the very right,
Yeah.
his thing would be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
So
And
you're gonna get some...
And Slipknot would be on the left-hand side. Because
I guess.
it's just like your parents were warning you about the wrong type of music.
It was not the rockers, it was the rappers.
No, not even that. It's like they've been warning you about the rappers too. They both have been going the bad rap, but I think like genuinely like people would always try to scare you away from heavy metal and stuff. And everybody in the heavy metal show know the rules of mosh pits.
Yeah.
Yo, oh, so I remember I can make, no, it's not, it doesn't really make it light, but there was a band called Bring Me the Horizon.
I know who they are.
They're more electronic, they're more poppy,
Oh,
but
really?
back in the day they were a deathcore band, and they literally played super heavy music, you know. But eventually, you know, they started transitioning over, and when it was like in the middle phase, like they were already like phasing out like the deathcore stuff. But some girl got like her teeth knocked out, and like the parents tried to sue them. You know, I don't know. I don't remember if they were successful or not. But what ended up happening was they weren't allowed to say mosh anymore.
Ah.
So even like in Warped Tour, they weren't allowed to tell people to mosh. They weren't allowed to encourage it, which is so stupid when you think about it. Like in the type of music that you're playing, it's just they weren't allowed to. So what they were doing, they were telling people to kill each other. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just like, you know, like it's like the dumbest loophole ever. It's like you're not allowed to say, I want to see a pit. Or
Yeah,
like, you know?
just say something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, code words.
Yeah. It's just,
I mean, that's all it is.
yeah. No, but one time I saw a wall of death, like, so they split up down the middle, of course, and then they run at each other.
Ah.
Yeah. So I saw like the left-hand side like trip.
And then the other one just stampede.
Which is bad. I think a girl broke her leg, and I think it was like on the early bands too. So it was very unfortunate.
Yeah,
but
it
I
gets a
thought that
bad
was
look.
really funny because I'm walking up to see the band, and I see the pit just fall.
It's like, that's not a wall. It
Yeah.
collapsed.
Man, but it's just like been so fucking depressing topics.
Yeah, well, let's talk something about... It could be depressing, depends on how we spin it. So Facebook changed their name, right?
Yeah,
They became the Meta.
When does the name have to actually change?
It was
Whether it's-
Facebook.
No, I mean does it change?
Oh, I don't know when exactly does it change. I mean, I don't think it has changed yet.
No, it has not.
But it probably take a while. But it's pretty much official. They're gonna change their name to Meta.
Yeah, they're trying
sounds-
to freaking push away like all the backlash of all the bullshit they've done.
I mean, maybe, but
Well, that's all rebranding is.
yeah, for sure.
And I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to be associated because Facebook was first created to rate women.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so
I didn't sign up for that,
to it. You would have probably done it. No?
I had MySpace. Had they tell me, I would have. No. But anyways, Oscar.
My bad.
No, you're good. So they renaming it to Meta, and then they're calling it the Metaverse.
Very creative.
They're picking it on, piggybacking on the Marvel Universe and Monsterverse, and then now they're doing verses and here
Metaverse.
and that.
I think they're gonna get sued because I think there was another meta company.
Yeah,
before
there
them.
was a little company called Meta, and they're trying to force us to give up our name,
Yeah.
and we're gonna go to court. We support you. Beat Facebook or have them give you a good cut.
Oh yeah, no,
Anyways.
they gotta fucking buy you out.
Yeah,
well, first of all, that's what they do. That's why they were fucking monopoly, and it's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, when you're that
Yeah.
powerful, they can bury you. Like
Yeah.
if Mark Zuckerberg, whatever your name his name is, you better not take Unqualified Gurus. We're now at 80 subs. We'll go after you. But the point here,
Yeah, not only that, he's almost a black belt.
I'm almost a black belt. Okay,
Well, yes, they're trying to trample them. Hopefully, they give them a good settlement. Like,
Yeah.
and if they don't want to change their name, it's rightfully theirs. And if they share the same demographic, Metaverse, go to hell.
I wonder if you could say, we'll let you use Meta, but you're gonna give us a cut. of
They
everything you make.
can do that.
Right?
They
Because
can
it's your
do that.
copyright.
Yeah.
Hopefully they have it copyrighted. If they
I'm
do,
pretty sure they do if it's
okay,
an established
good.
company.
Don't
Yeah.
don't let them take you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so one of the things about them calling the metaverse is, have you ever heard of the Oculus Rift?
I've heard that's just the Oculus. That's the whole name of it.
Yeah, well, they had Oculus Rift. Now they just call it Oculus.
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah,
it started as this little startup, and people donated money to fund it.
Yeah.
And then what they did was just a VR headset. We're gonna immerse you into this dope environments and video
It was
games.
like that video that we had, like link right here.
Yeah. Go check out my mother using a VR headset playing Don't Let Go.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. Anyways, so they're doing this thing where it's like, well, you're always on the internet,
Mm-hmm.
you're connected to people through social media. What if we can put this headset and then we put you in an environment with all these other people using the same headset?
Yeah.
And then you can, like, kind of be like a community online. Kind of like, you remember Ready Player One, the movie? And there's a book, actually.
Yeah, I actually never watched it, but I do know the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
So
because I remember they were promoting it and like they had all the characters and stuff.
Yeah, they had all of that. Now the movie itself, they focus a lot like on gaming.
Yeah.
Right. This is more like social media interaction, online. So imagine.
I don't even think I would want to experience that, especially since how much like hatred goes on online.
It could be, but if you're with your friends, imagine you can go virtually to Paris. So they have like a virtual of the Eiffel, whatever, the tower.
I think the cool thing would be, I think they were trying to do like the whole be able to watch movies together. I think
too.
that'd be really
you
cool.
can go to like a virtual movie theater together and watch a movie,
That'd be
play game, like you could play cards and kind of see each other. So of
they're
course,
gonna breed a whole new freaking generation of freaking
yes.
introverts.
Now, Microsoft. Now, I shouldn't hate on this because my research is in augmented reality,
Yeah.
and Microsoft partnered. I don't know if they did it officially, but they partnered with Facebook for this online VR mixed reality verse.
So we can be the Master Chief.
Yes, we can be Master Chief in there, and that we'll go
Cortana
there.
can be our AI.
We'll go there in a second. However, one of the things is Microsoft has focused a lot on the work side of things.
Yeah.
And then Facebook is like, we'll do the social media and things. And then we merge the two. That's
Okay.
in a way they merge them.
Well, I like the fact that it sounds like Facebook wouldn't be the whole lead behind it then.
It wouldn't, but here's the thing. Microsoft is augmented reality, mixed reality. Facebook is virtual reality. Now, you might be like, what is that? I have a video here so you can go watch it. I can do shameless plugs too. Go check out my programming channel. Anyhow,
Oh, that's the video I watched with the bouncing ball.
yeah, that one.
Gotcha.
That one. It's 5 minutes. You learn what
Yeah.
is the different things. However,
Yeah, yo, his channel is way more successful than ours.
but I did start it like 2 years ago. So
in 2 years, if we're not ahead of that won't work, we quit.
we quit.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, we need 800 subs in 2 years. Come on, fellas.
Not only that, wait, let's talk about this. All right, we've been setting up milestones, and to be honest, we've been hitting every single week, which is great because like I'm telling you, increases optimism. Dopamine comes in really good.
Speaking of dopamine,
Yeah.
that's what they're, the whole social media thing interaction.
Oh yeah,
is
that's
all
what I
on
do.
addictive stuff.
We'll get to that in a second. Yeah, so we were hoping to hit 100 by the end of the year. Seems we're gonna beat that way in advance.
Yeah.
So like shout out to us. Subscribe, keep it
Subscribe if
up, comment,
you're
share,
watching this.
tell your friends.
Tell your
Whatever.
buddies.
But
Help
yeah,
our dopamine levels.
Yeah, help our
go up.
dopamine. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's literally like it got to the point where Facebook and Instagram like they would hold back your likes.
Really?
So yeah, so it becomes a lot higher so that you keep checking it. And then later on, like, it'll be like, oh, after you're done, like, checking it after a while. Then it pops up and it's like, oh, you had this
gotta,
many
like,
likes.
Oh, assholes.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
So okay, speaking of likes, so I think that's how the whole addiction happens. I think people are addicted to numbers. People claim to hate math, but they're addicted to numbers.
Well, it's not just numbers. It's like the dopamine that it releases when you get happy.
Yeah, because it goes up. But here's the thing. I'm trying to link it because I used to play a lot of RuneScape. So RuneScape was this MMO. And one of the things is you're leveling up. You're getting things. It's all about the numbers. You see those numbers go up. You compare it to other people. And you're like, look, I got this much.
Yeah.
For all this social media, it's all on subs, likes, and interactions, like comments and stuff. So
because all those things make you happy, and like literally, it's just like the small doses of dopamine are addictive.
For real, I mean, I'm like checking the YouTube analytics. I'm like, we get one sub, and I'm like, Oscar, we got another sub, and I'm just like looking at the number. I used to do that with my programming channel until it had like 200 subs, and it's like, okay, that's a big number. But what do you think if it does come out and it's good and people can wear it and interact through each other? You think it'll last? I think at first it might get some people. There is a cost because these headsets are not free. You already
Yeah.
buy a cell phone. Now you have to buy a headset.
Yeah.
It has to really be like, oh, it has to be that
It's gonna
trending.
be like every new thing. Everybody's gonna act like a boomer. They're all gonna be like, "Nah, I don't want to do that. People are not gonna go outside anymore." Blah
Right.
blah blah blah. Which is true. Which is like the freaking slippery slope, and then eventually it's gonna end up like Sword Art Online that you're gonna be stuck in there, and then your body's gonna deteriorate
Zuckerberg
until
is
you're
like,
dead.
whoever gets the more followers wins. The rest will die. No, but my thing is, okay, the new generation grows with these things.
Yeah.
And they get really into it. You think there would be something that would phase them out of it and be like, hey, let's suppose that it does get to a point where like the new gen, like after Gen Zs, they grow with it. They're so into it. They're like, you know what? In this VR world, I can be 10 feet tall. I can be whatever I want, whoever I want, appear however I want. Fuck reality, because my nose is messed up and I have big ears. Like you think there will be a point where people will be like, yeah, but this is fake.
I genuinely think it's gonna end up being like who game or do stuff like that. Like if you have the personality for it, clearly you're gonna do it.
Right.
Because right now, like.
But remember Ready Player One? Oh, you didn't watch it, but
No, I
in
have
Ready
not.
Player One, everyone,
Every
even
single
the
person
old
does.
people, every single person,
Yeah.
it got so big that the currency in the game was the currency.
Oh.
Like to buy food, a better house, and whatnot.
It's because it's a really tough to put it. Because clearly, only like people with money are actually gonna be in it first.
At first,
Yeah,
yes, you're
so
absolutely right.
It's like, it's really really hard to say what's gonna happen, but it's excited to see what might come out of it because everybody's always wanted to play a freaking first person shooter game on the freaking.
We're all fully armor.
Yeah, who hasn't
Yeah.
dreamt of that?
No, I can see that. I
You know?
can see that.
It's just like it's gonna be a long time before anything like that ever comes about for like the average consumer. Because to be honest, it's like if it's a whole another fucking bill we have to add.
You know
to.
what I would think would kill it?
What?
Babies.
Babies?
Yes.
Oh yeah, well once you have kids and stuff.
I mean, when you want, like, they might say, "Well, I will have virtual kids," but at that point, when you're dying, your virtual kids, what would happen to them? They become NPCs. You want your kids to become NPCs.
Yeah.
You know what an NPC is? Non-playable character, right?
yeah.
So.
Thank you.
Anyhow, are you excited about the metaverse?
I sound really down at the end of that because I'm like, it doesn't really seem. I just genuinely think it's just gonna be another entertainment system you're gonna buy, and then like after a while you get bored,
And
and the
it'll die
people
down.
who are super excited about it, they're gonna keep at it.
I suppose
it's like everything.
We'll see what this Zuckerberg fella does with it and Microsoft.
This
And
fella,
let's see
like,
what
we don't know who
well,
he
let's see
is.
what I do because I'm in that realm a little
Yeah.
bit, but I'm not for entertainment.
Whatever, we're gonna be freaking super successful podcasting.
Just imagine
gurus.
you get to see us in full 3D. You can be like
Oh
walking
no!
around
Please
us.
don't. You're gonna see all the bottle caps on the floor.
By then we'll have something different. Hopefully, no, it's
Yeah.
good. Anyways, tell us if you're excited about it. If not, tell us why not. What do you think about the
what
metaverse?
do you think? Like, does it scare you? Because genuinely, like everything of this always leads to computers taking over or zombies.
We're taking over, my
Yeah.
people. Well, our creations are taking over.
Yeah. Well,
Anyhow,
you guys- thank
fellas,
you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We didn't expect to talk this much, but we
No.
just have so much.
We didn't have. Normally, I like to have like a main topic that we're gonna focus most of our time on, but it's just like so much is going on. So we have like the list got long. We cut some stuff out because it was sad.
Yeah, and we didn't want to make it as long, but we'll add them up later
But
for sure.
we had a great time. I like whenever these run long because the simple fact is we just had so much to say.
Yeah.
And like with so many topics going on, that means y'all can leave comments. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the episode. Thank you for like joining us every week.